Alright, Mace Windu. Now that we've got the face on video, I think we can talk about a little bit more. Might give you a better visual as to where we can head with your golf swing and a couple small things we can work on. First thing I'm going to talk about is ball position and setup. I think you've got maybe an 8-iron there. I think this guy's got a 7-iron, if I do remember correctly, on the right. First thing I want you to note is the ball position. You can see relative to your body, this thing is kind of in between your nose or maybe over your right eye. This one here is kind of in between his heart, maybe even over his heart and his left ear. And why I think that's important I'll get to, but it also gets your shoulders relatively level. You can see he's got some inclination away from the target. He's got a little bit of right side bend. You know, that right shoulder is lower than the left, and I think just because that ball position back might have your shoulders level a little bit. So we're going to get that ball position moved up about a club head width inside your left heel, or maybe a couple balls further forward, right about in there, so that it is on the left side of your head, maybe kind of covering your ear or your heart, and that will also get you just a couple more degrees of shoulder tilt. But we had talked about that miss to the left. He said that's still your big miss. So what I wanted to show you, good move into the backswing. I've got no problem with that. Take his up top. Oops. Take his up to the top of his backswing, and you can see in transition his hips are going to stay relatively level. He's also going to get onto his left side. So take that back. I'm going to run it here. Draw this line straight up. You can see how that left hip is starting to get a little bit higher than the right. Raises up. Now, the one thing I want you to notice here first is the footwork. Actually, you can see you've got a little bit of air under your lead heel, your left foot. Go up onto the toes. You can see some pressure in the toes, and that heel comes up off the ground and slides, and that's when your foot moves a little bit. That is 100% effective, that down the line view, and we start to move or we lose our back line. You can see here he's actually getting some air under his toes, and that means his heel's on the ground. What happens there, that is a result of him using his lower body correctly, getting onto his left side, and then rotating his lower body, rotating his hips, so that he's getting pressure into the heel of the left foot. And you notice here the difference in the amount of rotation that this gentleman has in the lower body. His hips are rotated way more than yours were, and we can see that in the down the line view, as well as his upper body. And so what happens when you do that is that club head will not pass the hands early, and he controls the club face with his pivot, and instead yours, that club head passes your hands rapidly. It's already shut down and pointing away to the left, which is where your miss is. So it's nothing too complicated. It's just a matter of learning how to transition a little bit better, get onto your left side so that we can rotate through the golf ball. And I think if we learn that, you're going to be well on your way to some better golf. Let me know if you have any questions.